penned the words that define liberty, yet owned the people who built his home.
Thomas Jefferson, a man of soaring ideals and deep, troubling contradictions. To understand the man who crafted American identity, we must begin in colonial Virginia. Born in 1743, the son of a successful planter, Peter Jefferson, and the well-connected Jane Randolph, Jefferson's early life was marked by privilege, but also the harsh realities of the plantation system. Education was his lifeline, studying law at the College of William and Mary under the brilliant George Wythe. Jefferson absorbed Enlightenment philosophy, Locke, Montesquieu, Bacon. His mind was being forged in the ideals of reason and science. By 1769, Jefferson was a lawyer and a member of the House of Burgesses. He married Martha Wales Skelton in 1772. A deeply loving partnership tragically cut short, leaving him a single father and a broken heart. The political winds were changing. The crisis with Britain was forcing Jefferson to move from colonial lawyer to radical revolutionary. By the mid-1770s, the fight for American rights was underway. Jefferson was not a great orator. His power lay solely in his writing. In June 1776, the Congress called for a declaration. At only 33, Jefferson was appointed to the drafting committee. He was tasked not just with listing grievances, but articulating a philosophy. The task fell mainly to him. He delivered a masterpiece. The phrase, "all men are created equal," became the most powerful line in American history. It was a revolutionary statement asserting universal natural rights. But here lies the foundational paradox. The man who wrote those words, the owner of over 100 people, knew his actions contradicted his philosophy. He included a clause condemning the slave trade, but it was struck down by Southern delegates. The war was on. Jefferson returned home to take on the chaos as governor of Virginia, a role that brought him face to face with the brutality of war. As governor, Jefferson faced overwhelming challenges. He was forced to flee Monticello from the British, an episode that haunted him and led to later accusations of cowardice. In 1782, a personal tragedy eclipsed the public turmoil. Martha died. Jefferson was devastated, plunging into a profound depression that lasted for years. He vowed never to remarry. He found purpose in Paris. As minister to France, Jefferson immersed himself in French intellectual and cultural life. This was his happiest period, falling in love with architecture, wine, and the revolutionary spirit. But the darkness followed him. While in Paris, the enslaved girl Sally Hemings, his late wife's half-sister, arrived. The nature of their decades-long relationship, enslavement, coercion, and the fathering of several children remains the most challenging aspect of his legacy. He returned in 1789 to a nation fundamentally changed by a new Constitution and a call from President George Washington to serve as the first Secretary of State. He joined Washington's cabinet, where he immediately collided with Treasury Secretary Alexander Hamilton. Their opposing views on government, how much power the federal government should hold, created the first American political parties. Hamilton advocated for a strong central bank and industrial future, Federalists. Jefferson favored an agrarian republic, where power rested with the states and the common man, Democratic Republicans. The animosity was too much. Jefferson resigned in 1793, convinced Hamilton and the Federalists were creating an American monarchy. He retired to Monticello, but only briefly. The call of duty and ambition was too strong. He ran for president in 1796, losing narrowly to John Adams, making him the vice president, an awkward alliance that dissolved quickly. By 1800, the stakes were existential. The election was a bitter, brutal fight, the Revolution of 1800. The election of 1800 resulted in a tie between Jefferson and his running mate, Aaron Burr. The decision went to the House, creating a constitutional crisis that lasted 36 ballots. Finally victorious, Jefferson's inauguration marked the peaceful transfer of power, a vital step for the young democracy. His goal was to shrink the federal government and dismantle the Federalist system. His presidency defined the geographical future of America. In 1803, the opportunity arose to purchase the vast Louisiana territory from Napoleon. It was a move that contradicted his strict constructionist principles, yet he seized the chance to double the size of the nation. The Louisiana Purchase was followed by the famous Lewis and Clark expedition. While an incredible scientific endeavor, it signaled the beginning of the end for Native American sovereignty west of the Mississippi. Jefferson was easily reelected, but his second term brought only hardship and controversy. Foreign affairs quickly dominated. Caught between warring Britain and France, Jefferson struggled to maintain American neutrality. The practice of British impressment, forcing U.S. sailors into the Royal Navy, was intolerable. His solution was the disastrous Embargo Act of 1807, forbidding all American trade with foreign nations. Intended to harm Europe, it instead crippled the American economy, leading to widespread anger and rebellion at home. His former vice president, Aaron Burr, was also arrested for treason. Jefferson was obsessed with ensuring Burr's conviction, showing a side of him that was often vindictive and tyrannical. While serving in Washington, the reality of his personal life remained hidden. Toward his personal enemies, the Hemings family, including his children with Sally Hemings, remained enslaved at Monticello. Exhausted and disillusioned, Jefferson chose not to seek a third term. He passed the presidency to his ally, James Madison, and returned to his mountain home for good.